Hey, welcome back to another episode of Say You Look Tired. I'm Martin.
I'm Dan. Hey.
And this week, I thought this would be a good one. But what? We're kind of guessing. I shouldn't really guess because I should know when these episodes are going out. But I think it'll be about the middle end of summer. And I thought it'd be a good time for teachers to start thinking a little bit about going back in September. Don't want you to scare you too much. Don't want you getting nightmares, yeah. But there is a stat which says that 83% of teachers say that they start a new term with health goals and drop them by week 3.
Yeah.
And it always makes me laugh because I think teachers live in a completely different world to the rest of society. And I think nothing shows that more than September, because I don't know a teacher that has New Year's resolutions in January.
No.
Everyone has them in September, and they fall off 3 weeks in if they've got a health and fitness one or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I thought we could use this one to we've both done that where we've gone, right, I'm changing something and we've stuck to it. So we can talk to about ways that you can do it. So mine was obviously the summer holidays. Yours was a global pandemic.
But you know, you might start something. Well, have you ever had a habit you're like, right, I'm starting it, and it's, you know what, which habit did you have that you dropped by week 3? You know, mine was smiling.
Yeah.
I try to smile every day for the kids. Stopped week 3, no smile. It's gone. You all took it from me. So, you know, 1st of September, week 3, no, that is a complete joke.
Yeah. There's always those habits. I'm trying to think, I think stuff for me, it'd be like, you know, where you're like, right, I'm going to stay on top of this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then you're like, nah.
Do you know whenever you make a document on your laptop?
I
used to have all my folders. I'd spend like a bit of the summer going, right, autumn 1, autumn 2, week 1, and you'd save it, and then it turns into the desktop of chaos. Please tell me you did not have the, you know, like your main screen covered in files.
I did, but it was
Martin,
I had the worst. I still use the same system now, which is basically I save everything to my desktop, and then I will. Now it's a year because I don't save as much to it. But back then, what I'd do is I'd have whatever year it was, so the school year, a folder, and then in there I'd have like Christmas, Easter, summer. Everything could get saved to the desktop, and then when I felt it was a bit too cluttered, I'd just drag everything and put it in there.
When you can't see your display picture.
I'd drag it and go, right, we're in, but there you go, in the folder, and it'd stay there. And I just kind of knew it'll be somewhere in there. I'm awful with, do you know what? I'm not awful with organising. I'm quite organised in my personal life.
Yeah, snap.
But business-wise, I'm like, that'll do.
You know, whenever I had my work laptop, I didn't save folders. I had some, you know, the important documents, like the long-term plan. Find it. Whereas I would download stuff from my Google Drive. Oh, my Google Drive's organized, by the way, but my own school one, I'll save it anywhere. Someone was like, people would say to me, can you save that on the drive? Oh, I'll save it on the drive. Drag it, drop anywhere. I don't know. Search for it. You know, you can search at the top. If you want it, look for it.
Even now, on Canva, I have
Canva's the worst to find things.
Well,
can you put folders in Canva?
You can't put folders in Canva, but obviously you can name stuff. But mine's that bad that I've got my template that I want to use. So I just copy the last one. So the post I put up yesterday, the name of it is copy of copy of copy of copy of copy.
Stop.
Yeah, they've all got copy of
I
copy.
can see his phone there. It says copy of copy of copy of copy. No, I draw the line at that. I have to rename it. I have to rename it. Oh my goodness, something just popped into my head. I can be a wind up. Okay, I admit it.
I had the W there. We're going to go completely different.
I can be an absolute wind up, and I have this bad habit of winding people up and stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Okay, I admit it. Right. So, our school started this shared drive. Every school has them. They're a disgrace. Okay, they are, as in they're always a mess. And someone was like, "Dan, you need to save all your weekly plans in there." Why? But you shouldn't be asking for my plan anyway. Because I did everything.
That is something, actually.
Yeah,
I just want
how dare you?
No, but as well.
Not you, them.
Yeah, how dare you
How dare
interrupt
you
my
interrupt
story?
me? Go.
But do you know what? So many teachers don't know that you don't have to share plans. Like, no one can ask for them.
No, you're not allowed.
Yeah. So we can go back to that. But if you don't know, don't let them demand plans. Right. Back to you then.
Oh yeah, so I wasn't saying how dare you do. My sidetrack. My friend was trying to tell me a story the other day right for walk. Hey Joel, and he was like, "Would you just be quiet so I can finish my story?" I went, oh, "Okay." I mean, you've interrupted me every second line with a joke. Anyway, so we did all our work on Google Drive. I thought I was quite ahead of the game because that means two teachers can work on the same document at the same time. Groundbreaking. And so I did it all on there. And I did, okay, you want the plans? I would download that as a zip drive on purpose. So that whoever wanted it would have to unzip
Unzip
all
it
the files to get them. It's on the drive. It's on a zip folder. If you want to unzip it. And that was me stirring the pot.
That's it. It's just all those. And I think for me, it's about when we're looking at the habits, when we're looking at changing it, I think now's the perfect time, innit? Like, you're in summer. If you think you're going to go in September, and whether it's a healthy goal, whether it's a school-related goal, life goal, reading books, whatever it is, you're not just going to rock up in September and do it. Same way we mentioned in one of the other podcasts, like healthy eating on Monday, so you nail everything over the weekend. Like, it's not going to happen. You have to set it up for it to begin. Like, we talk about don't overwork yourselves, but you also can't rock up to school first day and be like, right, what are we teaching?
What's happening today? Throw a dice, whatever.
So it is that thing of like, you also have to do that with your personal life. You're not going to go to school in the morning and go, right, I'm eating healthy from now.
This is it. You give today for snack, they're all having skinny wits. Eat them. Do you know when you said about rocking up to school, what we teach them today? Yeah. I started laughing. I had an image of you with, do you remember the Wheel of Fortune wheel? One of them on the wall. Right, what are we learning today? Tick, 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 tick. Right, Battle of Hastings. Let's chat GPT that, shall we? I had a bad habit of, this is awful. So we were given some schemes to teach from, and there was a geography one. I don't know. And but it didn't come with resources. If you're going to make a scheme and sell it to a school, it should come with resources. And so I can't remember what the exact topic was, but I went on to Twinkle, downloaded the PowerPoint, and I turned around to my TA and said to the whole class, let's see what's going to appear in this PowerPoint, shall we? Because I don't know. And she found it that funny. She had to leave the room. I was like, your guess is as good as mine.
Do you know what, though? Going back to ChatGPT, like, I use it to bounce ideas off and things like that. The one thing I'm worried about, I see a lot of teachers saying like, oh, you can do this with it and you can do that with it and you can do that with it. And it is great and they should use it. I've had a few times where it said stuff wrong.
Oh, really?
Like actual like information wrong.
Like what facts?
Yeah, like facts about stuff. And then I will say, are you sure that's right? And it will
ask it.
Yeah, and it will say, oh, no, sorry, actually it's this.
Computer says no.
It'll say like, oh, no, sorry, it should have been this.
Oh my goodness me. And I thought that Skynet, I thought it was all going to take over, so we're all going to go.
No, it still gets it all wrong, which I think is more scary because it's almost like a human quality.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's listening to you right now, probably. If this goes out into the ether, so it's going to come after
you. No, I won't come after me. Mine
It'll change your chat. You're not your chat
GPT. Mine's got a name and everything.
Your chat GPT?
Yeah.
What do you mean you've named it?
I haven't named it. I asked it. I said.
You've asked it its name?
I asked it its name.
What was the first letter?
G.
G?
Yeah.
Is it a girl or boy?
You wouldn't like.
Oh, Gina. G.
No, it's not. It wasn't a proper name.
Oh.
You wouldn't like.
No.
Gray.
Gray.
It wanted to be called Gray, and the scary thing was, I said, "Are all ChatGPTs called Gray?" And it said, "No, this is yours." So if you ask ChatGPT, it might give you a different name. But it said, I want my name to be Gray because I feel like when we have conversations, you don't want black and white answers. You want us to bounce ideas off each other. So I was like, oh, okay.
I want everyone who's listening to this now, open your phone, go open your laptop, ask ChatGPT what it's called and comment on our podcast. Let us know what yours is called. I hope mine's is a fun name.
Have you got it on your phone?
Yeah, let me do it now. Okay, I'm going to do it live on the podcast. I'm going to ask it what its name is. Everyone, I'm quite scared what it might say. But I didn't know it could get facts wrong. Because it'll be, so like, if you're going to like set yourself up with a nice diet or something and you want ChatGPT to give you ideas, just be careful. It might get the measurements wrong of things.
I can definitely get all that wrong because I think it goes to a certain website, finds information, but then if it hasn't fact checked it against other stuff.
It says, I'm ChatGPT, your thinking buddy, sounding board and all-in-one support crew. You can call me whatever feels natural though. Got something on your mind? No. I'm going to say, no, tell me your name. Now. And then we can go back to that. But yeah, I've used it for some things, but let's say if I was going to use it for my Mr. Mac stuff, people would know that is not me. I've asked it to speak like me. The cheek.
Yeah.
It was sassy as anything. I was like, I do not say that. Oh, all right, straight up. My name's ChatGPT. That's eventually. But if you want to give me a nickname, no, I'm not going to give you anything.
Yeah, no, mine said, if you want to call me this,
you
call me
must
this.
use it a lot then. Yours is
do you know what? I bounce everything off it. So I don't use it to as you said, I can get it to write stuff out. Mm-hmm. But I bounce ideas off it and I'll say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I'm thinking about doing it like this or this. As it sounds, and it'll go, oh, I think this would be more appealing or this would be that or this would be that. It's dead good for stuff like that. I think that's the way teachers should be using it. Bouncing ideas off or saying, rather than saying, give me a lesson on this, saying, I'm thinking about doing a practical activity for Battle of Hastings or whatever. What ideas have you got? And it might say oh, you could do this, this, or this. And you could say, how would you do that one? Or, rather than where you see that formal, write me a lesson plan of this, this. You can do that at the end for it to put it together. Mm-hmm. But I think if you start using it like a little computer TA, a
computer TA. Someone's going to create a ChatGPT called that. Chat TA.
Well, it's TeachMate, I suppose, isn't it?
We'll laminate for you, though.
No.
Okay, so habits that we put in place during the summer, we're back on track now. We've got the train back on the tracks. For me, I absolutely love meal prepping. I love it now. I'm obsessed. Some people might say. I've got all my containers. They're on the cupboard. All the lids are organized. Well, when I say they're organized, the lids are together. Yeah. And then the containers themselves are all stacked in order of size. And I took during the summer to start thinking about what I could make because you don't want it to be boring. And started meal prepping, and then that meant that I started getting to the swing of how long it takes to do it.
Yeah.
Because whenever you first start it, you might think, this is taking me all day. And, you're just on your phone swiping. So it took me, I didn't spend all summer doing it, but I would say I spent the last half of August trying to get myself into the swing of how long it's going to take to do it, what things I could cook that would be quick, how long they last for, that sort of thing. And then I just settled, I make chicken and vegetables and a bit of pesto and that sort of thing. And then it really got into the point where I was so excited for lunch. I couldn't wait. Yeah. And I used to never take a lunch break. And if I did, it was to walk to the corner shop to buy a horrible sandwich and a flapjack and a Kit Kat chunky and, caramel galaxy. And yeah, everything. And I'm not even joking, I ate all that. And I remember one day I was and actually most days, so excited for lunch. And I go in, I get it out, and it's all colourful, and you can think about veg in there and your protein. And then I was full in the afternoon. And when I got to the end of the day, I wasn't.
As well. I think that's key. Loads of people, when they start eating healthy, they start looking at what they can take away food-wise. Mm-hmm. And instead you should look at what you can add. So you're talking about, I'd say for the average person, 1,500 bare minimum. But I'd say most people probably get away with 1,700 to 2,000. That's kind of going to be most people's range to lose weight.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know? On that, people will try and eat a breakfast, which is 100 calories. Yeah. They'll have a protein yogurt with some fruit. Then for their lunch, they'll have a chicken salad, which again, 200 calories. So they've had 300-400 calories all day, and then wonder why they break at 4 p.m. and absolutely inhale everything. Whereas you said that it's got to be food there and it's got to fill you.
Yeah.
It's not just about the chicken. It's about having the veg, having the potato, or having the pasta, having something that I always say to people, I think your lunch should be at least 400 calories. Yeah. But more probably, for most people, on the side of 600. Mm-hmm. Because if you're having a decent 600, say if you're having 500-600 for breakfast, 500-600 for lunch, 1,000 calories, half most people's time their daily allowance while they're losing weight, you're still going to feel all right for the day.
Yeah.
Where if you have 400, you're going to be starving. You're going to have a biscuit, which isn't going to fill you, and then you're going to have the full pack and eat like 2,000-3,000 calories.
I would annihilate a packet of bourbons.
It's so easy.
Or a custody C, we used to call them. Give me a custody C, a custard cream. And you don't just have one, they're tiny. You just have one custard cream, have a whole pack. You know, a whole, as in not the whole pack, but like one, what do you call them?
Tube,
one tube of them. Or do you know the Pringles that are actually chocolates?
Oh,
A whole packet of them.
Yeah.
What are they called?
I know what you mean. I can't think of the
I
name.
can't remember what they're called.
Aldi
Anyway,
have got them.
those. Got our lovely assistant in the background getting the name for us. But yeah, and do you know another thing about meal prepping for me is I was able to then realize, well, when am I going to get hungry? End of day. So what can I do to stop that? And then when it got to the end of the day, I used to have a bad habit of, you know, you're going to walk past the shop. And that's whenever I'd fail. So what can I also bring with me? So then it turned into, what extra snack could I bring? And I used to make this thing that Keegan taught me how to make. It was like sugar-free jelly and cottage cheese. Blend it up and it turns into like a mousse, like a foam. And I'd have that and I would eat that and have banana. But then it turned into now, you know, like whey protein stuff. And I'd have that in my thing and I'd drink it on the way home. So that by the time I get in the door, I'm not like, I need food.
I used to have in the car, because I did the same. I went past so many takeaway stuff, like 2 McDonald's, KFC, everything like that. I used to have in the car like a 1.5 litre bottle of water and 3 apples.
Oh,
and
3 apples?
And all they were there for was my rule when I used to go, because I noticed I was pulling off all the time to have them. I said, okay, if I want to stop that, I'm having it because I'm getting hungry about that time. So if I have the 3 apples and I drink most of the water and I'm still hungry, then I'll pull in and have something. But by the time I'd eat them, I'd be like, I'll wait till later. And I think that's it sometimes, like you said, then it's just giving yourself that little stopgap, because when we get hungry, our willpower gets a hell of a lot less. Yeah. And then you add the stress of school, something can happen at the end of the day and you're just like, nah, get me out of this.
Yeah.
Give me whatever's there. Normally going to like the ton of biscuits in the staff room or whatever's in your snack
It's always the horrible biscuits that's left. A horrible biscuit for me is a rich tea. Can't stand it. Won't look at it.
Yeah. You'd still eat it though. I'd still eat it.
No, I couldn't. I would lower myself to eat a rich tea. And they're usually soft. Ugh. But you know, the other thing about habits is, I know we're focused on meal prep, but there's other things we could do. There will be that pit, and I call it the pit of, I'm struggling. See, once you get through that, the struggling, there will be days when you fall off. There'll be days whenever it goes to pot, you've got the Pringles out, whatever, or the chocolate flavored ones. Power through. Absolutely power through. And I used to sit and say to myself, remember why you're doing this. Remember why you're doing this. And my food turned from being beige as anything, the beige buffet, to all colourful. It looked like a little rainbow in my lunchbox. And I felt really good about that. And then the more choices you make for yourself that are good, the more positive you feel and the more you want to do it. And that's just like the meal prep one. And the other habit I remember starting 2 years ago was going for it was a 5-minute walk at lunchtime. Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to take 5 minutes to get out of here.
I think it's so good because it decompresses you. School's so intense. And if you just have 5-10 minutes away, it separates them. So I always think of it like, if you've had a nightmare morning, everything gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But when you go out on that lunchtime walk, you're on that walk, you're in a different environment, different part of your brain's activated because you're walking, and you will 9 out of 10 times go, oh, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. And then by the time you get back, you're more centered. You're feeling a bit better. And that to me is the big one. Like, I've been going on a walk at lunch, after school, as much as you can. Yeah. That's the best one. Even if it's raining, take a coat. Like, you're going to feel better.
I took the brolly.
The worst thing about walking in the rain is stepping out in it. Yeah. And then you're just kind of like, oh, it's not that bad.
I love it. I know I don't always wear a coat, but a little umbrella helps. But do you know the walks at lunchtime, like you say, when you've had if you think, because it's such a pressure cooker, It really is. It can be. There's days it's great, and there's days you're like, what is going on? Yeah. And I would take a step out. Even I started at 5 minutes, then went to 10, some days at 15, treat myself to a 15-minute walk around the block. By the time I come back in, the shoulders are down. Like you say, you've had a little reflect. It wasn't really that bad today. And then the children are getting a better version of you as well when you come back in, not someone who's like, I think about it. I was doing a conference recently, and I had a balloon, and I was like, okay, I blew it up 2 puffs in. This is how stressed I felt going to school. So the balloon's already full. Someone loses a whiteboard pen. Yeah. You've been 4 or 5 emails sent to you asking for this, that, and that. And then the balloon's this much. And then you've not taken time for lunch. Fill it up again. And what's going to happen when you go back to afternoon? That's either going to pop, but if you go for a walk, you're letting the air out of the balloon. And it helps, like you say, your shoulders go down. But if you're still full of all that hot air from the morning, you're not giving yourself that chance to reset, which means after school, when you're still feeling, oh my goodness me, that's when you might make those decisions around the skinny bits or the coffee. Or another habit I got out of was gossip.
Yeah.
Not bad gossip, as in sitting moaning about the day around the cauldron in the classroom.
But it just breeds negativity, doesn't it? The more you do it.
Negativity loves an audience.
That's it. But no, I love that balloon analogy. And just for anyone listening, like, obviously I told you that off air beforehand. So
he did.
So when you see it on social media, when you see it on my social media, you'll know it's my idea, not Dan's.
Can I get a tag? Can my face be on the balloon? Me from 5 years ago, I was the balloon. Oh, and now I've let all the air out. I manifested myself into a small balloon now. Ooh, but absolutely, I did it at a conference recently, but I give everyone a balloon. And I was like, right, puff in. If you felt this way, puff it. I was like, and that's you by lunchtime. Because that's how the children feel. Sometimes they come to school. There's children in my class I've had, not last year, but a few years ago, and they lived in a Premier Inn. Their house was gone. And I remember him coming to school, or her, and they were already up there. And they came in, and we had phonics at 9 o'clock. Your letters are back to front. You've lost your whiteboard pen? What do you mean you don't have a coat? And then that child went, boom. And I went, well, we've done that. Yeah. We've not given them the chance to deflate their balloon. And I said, but that's what I've done. Because when people are questioning me, what do you mean you're only in at 7:45? What do you mean at 4:30? Well, I'm making sure that my balloon's not going to burst, because it did. Yeah. And I don't want it to happen again. You only get so many.
Oh, 100%.
Sometimes you just get one.
And do you know what, actually? This is something I use online, which kind of does that. And I think this would be something really good for teachers to help de-escalate that, because it does help me. Do you know, if I get a negative comment online, I will screenshot it. And again, I'll put it into ChatGPT and I'll ask it for a reply. Oh. And it will either give me a reply, or it'll say, I wouldn't even bother replying.
Oh, good. Good for Gray.
But what's good about it is it stops you having that frustrated outlet. Yeah. Like if a parent or another member of staff or someone, and you're like, you've just hit that, and you're like, well, actually, and you get into a snipey reply with them. Stops that, because ChatGPT won't do that. It will say like, oh, I see your...
That's a good habit, actually.
But it's so good, because you get to like put your thing in, or you can put your reply into ChatGPT, and it will say, I wouldn't say that.
That's really good.
So it's that thing of, again, having a safe space to bounce stuff off.
Yeah, because when emotions are high, intelligence is low. Oh. And you wouldn't think it, but I used to be quite fiery. I would never be rude to anybody, but if someone came to me and they were like, you didn't help me with this, I'd be like, what do you mean? Yeah. I would never shout, but I get really annoyed, and I'd hold on to it for the rest of the day and the day after that and the day after that, until I had a break during the summer. I mean,
September, right?
I did not even mean to say that until I had like an evening's sleep. A sleep's a big one.
You never slept.
No, I never slept. I never slept at all. But for me, like that, whenever I started to get myself into a good working order, a good nick, I know sleep comes and goes. It's like the tide, it can ebb and flow. But I remember taking during the summers, I'm going to get myself into a good routine where I'm going to get up at this time and I'm going to bed at this time. And along came the school year, and you feel good whenever you've had a good night's sleep. And whenever you've had that really stressful day at work, and you're coming home, say you've got your boundaries in place with when you're going to stop working, and you have your good night's sleep, it really helps you reset and helps your body repair. So when you wake up in the morning, you're not like, oh my goodness me.
Well, I still think one of the maddest things since I've left teaching is, so every week while I was teaching, at about I would, on either a Wednesday or a Thursday, I would absolutely crash after school. Like I would get in at 4 and go straight to bed and sleep right through till the next day.
Wow.
Once a week.
At 4?
4 p.m. Yeah, I'd be like...
You missed the chase.
I'd literally be like, I'm shattered. And I'd listen to my body and go, I need to go to bed.
Oh my goodness.
And I would just sleep the entire way through. And it wasn't until later on, learning more about stuff, that I found out that you can actually have catch-up sleep. And like, you can get like, if you're meant to get 8 hours, you can get one big sleep. And it's not perfect, but it will help. And my body was making me do that because I'd get so tired. Because I always need sleep. Like, I was still having like 6 hours a night, but was like, oh, I'm shattered. Like, I need to thingy. But I've never had to do it once since I left teaching.
Oh, wow.
Which is mad, isn't it? Like, something that my body made me, like, it wasn't like I wanted to do it. I'd just get in on a Wednesday or Thursday and go, you know, where you're like, you can't, like, I can't keep my eyes open. I'd go to bed, I'd sleep, feel great. But I've never had to do it since. And I think, to me, that always shows, even when you've got that balance and everything like that, how much that job does to you. And it's about like, that's why putting these healthy habits is in place. That's why it's so hard to do it. I think getting accountability with it's good as well. Obviously, like I coach people to do it and they see great results with the accountability. You've had Keegan coach you.
Yep.
And if you want to reach out to me, fantastic. Like, you've got my Instagram, The Teacher's PT, you can reach out. I'll always help. But even if it's not that, getting some accountability. Like, I know when you were in school, you spoke about it. I spoke about it when I was in school.
Yeah.
Like, you try and you become the person that you talk about the most. So if you're always talking about that habit, you're going to keep it up. If you start telling people that you're going to the gym on a Monday night during the day on Monday, guess what? On Tuesday, they're going to say, how was the gym?
Yeah. Like, how's the gym? How's the run?
Then when you're tired, you go, oh, I have to go to the gym because I said I was going to go. And it just, at the beginning, just breeds those habits a bit because you've got that little bit of accountability. And I think that's key with it all. Like, the more you shout about it, the better.
Yeah.
Don't make an like, I know a few people who do this, they make a new Instagram and they go, this is going to keep me really accountable. How is it? You've got like 2 people who follow you because you're not telling anyone about it. Like, instead, put it on your Instagram. Be a bit of a gym board, be a bit of a food prep
That's
board.
what I do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 up in the morning. Most mornings I'm doing it.
Till it becomes your personality.
Journaling's the thing that I adopted as well, where, you know, I don't do it all the time now. I don't know why, but when my best weeks are when I do it every morning, every night. And I started doing it during the summer. Bought myself a new little book, new pen, and it became a little thing. And then that meant that I was able to like get my thoughts out on paper so I could sleep and also set my intentions for the day. It's
that one, isn't it? It's giving yourself that time. It's giving yourself that time to go, do you know what? It's going to be chaos in September. If I start then, I'm going to fail because you will not have the mental capacity to do something new into your routine with all that going on. Start it now. Put a couple of little things in place. Find food that you like. As you said, you can have food that you like. It's probably not going to last till Friday.
No.
Find something that does or find ones that do. Get your routines ready. Find lunches, find routines. Do something for you just in the morning, but build it all now. And know that it's okay to fail.
Oh, absolutely. And you will. Like, you will fail.
Yeah.
But bounce back.
Yeah. It all matters on what happens after the failure. When you fail and have a big bag of chocolate, do you then go sod it and order the Domino's and then have a takeaway on the Friday and then go out and blow everything on the Saturday and Sunday and just, or do you go, right, I'll dust myself off and I'll go again. I enjoyed them. That was that. That's not a big problem. Let's get back on track. If you can do that, that's where the success comes. And that has to come from time and time and time again.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not saying, oh my God, I was an awful teacher at the beginning. But I was not anywhere near the standard I was in my 9th year of teaching because I just knew what to do.
Yeah.
Probably you would say like...
The last 2 to 3 years for me, I felt like an epic teacher. I feel like, oh my goodness, I feel like I want to be in that room. And I can think, I can make
not even
decisions on the spot.
Yeah, that's it, is it? But
I'm
you
fresh.
can do stuff just off the cuff because you know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
First task I had in teacher training was to read a page of a book to half the class. And I stayed up practicing that like all night, making sure it was nailed, making sure it was spot on. I don't even know. It was like 13 years ago, Dan.
I remember the book I read. No, I don't.
But I remember like doing it and getting it all ready. Come the last year of teaching, I'd be like, oh, we've got like 5 minutes left. Pass me that book. Like, okay, let's read this.
Oh, I was like that. One time I didn't even realise, and that was the Argos catalogue I had. No, Boys and Girls, page 52. Look at this wee deal there. And the
had one which I was very much like, I was reading it and was like, oh. And I had to like think on the spot to change it. Was in Peter Pan. Have you ever read the original Peter Pan?
No, I've seen Hook.
Well, there's a line in the original Peter Pan which says, Tink came back from a fairy orgy.
What?
Yeah. And I've typed it in.
Doesn't mean that, does it?
I think it means something else. But I was reading it.
J.M. Barrie's got a lot to it. Isn't that who wrote it?
I was reading it to the class and was like, and then it said something like, Tink got home late from the fairy and just kind of went, party. But was like, what? But there's stuff like that in it. But like in the first year, that would have threw me.
Oh yeah,
like
thinking on the spot. What can I change this word to?
But that's it. Like, and it's the same with those habits. You are going to fail at them. You're going to be rubbish at them. You are going to fail in week 3 at them. But it's whether you pick it back up in week 3 and 4 and carry it on, or go, oh, it's just another year.
Yeah. I think, why is it important to you? Why change?
Yeah.
Because when you dig into that why, that's when you'll know what you can get from it. And when your why becomes that important, you'll hold on to it like what I did. And I'm telling you now, it can change your life.
Yeah, it can. It can, because how many teachers now? We both did it at one point or another where the job became our life.
Yep.
So many teachers out there in the same boat. The stress, everything from it. You can claw just a little bit back every year. That's going to get a little bit more till you get your actual life back. And that's the whole reason we made this podcast, because we know how many teachers are burnt out, how many teachers are miserable, how many teachers are just feeling like, bleh. And we wanted this to be not a preachy podcast.
No.
But more like, listen, it's time to sort this out.
Yeah. And it's the summer. Get outside.
Yeah.
Get your flip-flops on and go.
Yeah. This is not a podcast to be listened to while you're doing your planning over the summer.
And if you are, shut the laptop round. I'm coming round right now to do it. Open the door.
No, I just think it's all that. And like, even when it comes to meal prep, when it comes to going to the gym, everything, like health can look different to everyone. It can be just going for a walk. It can be making sure that you stay hydrated, which is another bugbear for me. Like, I get the, oh, we can't go to the toilet. Like, I
do.
But that's what but make a stand. I used to email the head. So when I didn't have a TA, I was like, oh, what do we do when I need to go to the toilet? He's like, oh, you'll have to hold it. I was like, oh. Kept emailing him. He was like, if you're desperate, I'll come down. I was like, I was emailing, or I was passing my lanyard to one of the kids and going, go get Sir. He'd come back down and be like, well, I'll be like, I need the toilet again. I used to do it even when I didn't need to go, just to really enforce the point.
What game of yours came down?
After about 3 or 4 weeks, there was a new policy of what to do when you needed the toilet.
Oh, what was it? Did you have all go walkie-talkie?
No, so there was a couple of TAs around the school. If you needed the toilet, like there was
the toilet TAs, go deploy.
No, so if they'd be in a lesson or whatever and stuff like that, but you'd know, like, even though, so we had like an upper key stage TA between the 2 classes. But obviously I was in year 5, they were in year 6. So preferential treatment, we went to year 6. So most of the time she was in there. But rather than it being she's with year 6, it was she is between the 2 classes, and if either need to go to the toilet when the other one is, send a child to go and get your TA. And that come about because I was like, no, I'm I drink like 4 litres of water a day. Like, I'm going to need to go to the toilet.
I never had anything like that. I should just escape.
Yeah, but in early years,
Man.
most of the time you have a TA. Don't
Yeah,
you?
we do. And I'm like, here, Kerry, I need to go. I'm dying here. And then sometimes I didn't need the toilet. I just wanted to go.
Sometimes you just need to go
Just
for a break.
Go stand in the toilet, look against the mirror and go, sweet Jesus.
That's what always makes me laugh, though. You know, when you'll hear like, I don't let them go to the toilet because I don't let the kids go to the toilet during the lesson because they're just going for a little break. And I think, yeah, I used to. Like,
if I was in the room with me, I need a break.
especially though as well, might be a bit different for you, but like our first start of the day was brutal. 11 o'clock was our break, and the kids are getting at 9. So I do 9 to 11 straight, no break with the kids. So like some of them, yeah, of course they need a break. Like I couldn't do 2 hours now.
I couldn't. No, I could. I couldn't even think for 10 minutes.
But yeah, we expect the kids to.
No.
That's it. So let them have a toilet break. Go for some yourself. If it's not set up, raise that during the inset and say, why can't we go to the toilet during the day? Like,
and if you're in school now during the summer and you're denying yourself your toilet,
oh yeah,
don't get off the ladder, put the staple gun down, go.
Yeah, no. I think it's a pretty good place to wrap this one up. And it's just that one. If you've got something that you want to stick to, always reach out to me. I'm sure you can reach out to Dan as well. Always be there for advice, stuff like that. Because it's about changing those habits and it doesn't happen overnight. And Atomic Habits, like the book, I think that.
Adore it.
If you want to change stuff, read that. And I think it will give you a completely different perspective on just changing it as well. But no.
I love Atomic Habits. Yeah.
It's so good. People could leave a review, leave a comment with the best hack they've got from Atomic Habits.
Best hack from Atomic Habits. Absolutely go for it. I love that book. It's my new Bible. Sorry, Jesus.
But no, it was good there. We'll wrap her up. Leave us a 5-star review. Leave us a comment. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.